Let's go!
I know we got a good football team in that locker room.
Who dat nation? Are you kidding me? A heartbreaking loss to the freaking Falcons. It starts off with some really good coverage right here from Alante Taylor on their number one option, Drake London. This is just a brutal way to go down, though. Hope Drake's okay. Bang! Oh. So there really is no need to go too deep into this. I mean, in division games on the road, there is just very little room for error to make this mistake on this stage, okay? I understand Shaheed has been a lot better than not good, but man, you just kind of sort of have to let that go. It's a difficult catch, obviously, right off the chest, and when you get to this spot, now you're in trouble. You've lost your feet. That's good hustle right there by the gunner, and they're able to recover a fumble for a tutty. It's just a tough way. Tough way to spot him points. But ultimately, this play had very little effect on the outcome of the game, right? Because Derek Carr, for the most part, played fine, right? Has he been as good as he was in the first couple of games? No. Some of that had to do with opponent. The guy who's been playing ridiculously well is Chris Olave. I mean, this is just really good football IQ, okay? You're running a shallow drag versus some zone defenders. You work yourself back to the QB, all right? You're feeling that these backers are coming down hard on you. You come back to the football, and that makes the angle for that backer to make that play that much more difficult. So many receivers would just stay flat right there. That's just really good job right there from Chris Olave, understanding angles and then getting vertical and not taking a hit. That's really good stuff. All right, so we pick it up here. Not really getting any pass rush, but overall, Saints DBs, I felt, had a good day. Okay, eventually you are able to hit Kirk while he was hit. And then Paulson Adebo, I know he had that late pass interference that got the Falcons into field goal range. That one was kind of a bang call. We'll get to it a little bit later. But Adebo, man, made another nice play on that drive, and he picks it off here. Saints continue to drive down the field, getting very sexy with their formational diversity. They bring in an extra offensive lineman here as a heavy tight end. So you're in, what would this personnel grouping actually be called? Okay, so yeah, I would love my football nerds. So would we classify the offensive lineman as a tight end? I guess you would. So 1, 2, 3 tight ends with 2 running backs. But if the personnel grouping actually stays with the player instead of the position he's actually lined up in, this would technically be, what, 24 personnel? Or 23 personnel, if you want to call the offensive lineman. I don't know. I'm obviously getting myself all caught up here. Either way, it ends up being a touchdown. It's one of those football nerdy things. So let me know what you guys think. For you real coaches out there, how you would identify that personnel grouping. Most would say Taysom is a quarterback in this setting, but still, you find a way to score. And the formational diversity is part of why I'm still very bullish on the Saints moving forward, even though they're on a 2-game losing streak with one against your fiercest rival. God, this is just beautiful play design. You get pre-snap motion here. You're probably thinking this is going to be AK or a QB sneak, but instead, you're running a little trap play with the motion, okay? So fake stretch, and you're actually handing it off underneath. Okay, DTs are trying to get penetration, and you just run right under it, and you pick up a first down. That is beautiful. And now you actually put Taysom Hill at running back, and you bring in an extra tight end. Let's see, is this an overloaded? No, it's just 3 tight ends out there. So Taysom Hill takes this. So technically, him at I don't know. I'm tired of trying to classify these personnels. Whatever you want to identify as. Live your life. Taysom Hill is a touchdown scorer. Good stuff. All right, so Falcons score a field goal. Once again, this footage is not the absolute best. I don't know what my computer's doing. Okay, Falcons. All right, so we pick it up here. Falcons score a field goal, make it 14-10. This looks like it was supposed to be a quick screen to Chris Olave, or was it? I don't know what the heck this is, but this is just not a good decision by Derek Carr. I understand it's very difficult because I do think he was thinking that this slot corner was blitzing all the way. Instead, he gets in the passing lane. So he does a good job eating this. But honestly, in this spot, you just want to take a sack or just live with whatever results. So Carr probably should just eat this. It ricochets off of Matthew Judon, who's been a really good addition for them. Well, so this ball ricochets off of Matthew Judon. I don't know what Carr was thinking here. Probably one of the worst decisions. It is tough considering, you're just trying to run a screen. The downside is these are a lot of your offensive players that could potentially make a tackle. So there's hardly anyone left. And Bates was in the box. And that's just an easy walk-in pick six. Okay? Give the backer credit for outrunning Olave here to the pylon. And, man, in this spot, I know Chris Olave isn't signed up for the Saints to make tackles. You've honestly just got to bring him down, right? Make the Falcons, on a quick change, have to bring their offense on the field and execute, okay? This was pretty much the only mistake Olave made all day. Yes, batting the football loose would be nice, but if you were to bat this football loose, the only way you're getting it back is if it were to go forward through the back of the end zone. If you bat it loose, it's probably just going out of bounds, and it's still the Falcons' ball, right? We just need you to bring him down right here. Instead, you let him score, right? There's so much value in the touchdown-saving tackle. And another thing is that also allows your offense to regroup. Instead, your offense is going right back out on the field after the pick six. So we get to 4th and goal. I did not mind Derek Carr making this throw based on the leverage alignment of this DB. It is a safer throw to the pylon, and you're trusting Rashid Shaheed to make this run to the pylon, okay? They're blitzing everything over the middle. So normally if you have blitzes over the middle like this, look at this blitz pickup across away from the Saints. This is really good. I like to throw in the direction of the blitz, especially over the middle. If you're going to Juwan Johnson here, is he catching and scoring? He probably is. Instead, Derek Carr fades away and takes this corner ball right here. And honestly, this was not Rashid Shaheed's best day. I actually put this on him. He jumps too early for this and misjudges it. Is the throw not great? Yes. Okay. But I think in this situation, he could have waited a little bit longer and timed his jump better. And that's just also a really good play by 20. We get to this 3rd and 6, okay? This is ridiculous wide receiver play from Derek Carr, or I say Chris Olave. Once again, Saints pass protection in crunch time was really good. Good blitz pickup across the way. I understand not a lot of people like Jamal Williams, but he gets the job done here. Now, let's get to the actual route. This is so insane. A defensive end pass rusher is mirroring Chris Olave to the inside, and this DB has outside leverage, all right? And Olave, Derek Carr still wants to throw this ball to Chris Olave. Look at this route. DB opens his hips, and honestly, Derek Carr was a little late on this. I think he could have been a half second sooner, which allows this DB to come in, but because it was such a good throw and a really good catch by Olave, it didn't matter. All right, and then we get to 3rd and 2. This is a good adjustment right here by the Saints. If you're going to bring pressure and just play 0 behind it, we want to hit our end breakers, okay, especially if it's to your best receiver. Okay, Derek Carr right in the face of pressure, hits Chris Olave, who, like the Dallas Cowboys game, gets tackled at the 1-yard line. All right, so I'm not going to show Derek Carr, reaching the ball over the goal line or whatever, but there is a conversation to be had here. If you're going to score and it's only going to give you a 1-point margin, maybe it would have been better if the Saints would have gotten stopped here because they would have been able to bring this clock all the way down to about like 20 seconds left and then really, bleed the clock. But let's just celebrate Alvin Kamara because that's just too galaxy brained. You do just need to score. This play is stopped, y'all. This play is cooked. Doesn't matter. AK takes this guy on, actually takes 2 on, and somehow keeps his feet and still scores. The guy is redunculous, okay? All right, so we get this 3rd and 10. Man, what a play by Paulson Adebo. And I know he got burned earlier in this game by Mooney, but the pass interference, I'm not going to get into the PI earlier on this drive. One thing, I'm not the biggest fan of a 3-man rush here from the Saints, okay? And there's a couple of reasons as to why. All right, so Paulson Adebo is going to be scapegoated by some. He got burned by Darnell Mooney early, and then obviously he got beat on a pass interference, which I think was also an iffy call. He makes a phenomenal play here. But what I wanted to point out was I am not the biggest fan of a 3-man rush here, right? And basically, pre-snap, you're giving away that this is only going to be a 3-man rush. Falcons decide to max protect it anyway, so you get a chip here, and I'm just not the biggest fan because if you get a sack, you're ending the game, right? So I would have done something to try and get a sack to end the game, okay? I'm fine with that. But still, this is just an incredible defensive back play right here by Adebo. All ball. There you go. So let's put a bow on this. Saints deserve to win this game. They were the better team. They outgained the Falcons, right? You gave away a special teams touchdown and a pick 6 touchdown where you do have to bring the guy down inside the 5. Obviously, you are starting to worry just a little bit here about Derek Carr. The pick was just bad. He's not playing the absolute sharpest, and you give the Falcons some credit for also not giving up the explosive play, right? I think the Saints only had one 20-plus yard gain the entire game, and obviously versus the Panthers and versus the Cowboys, they're just hitting explosive after explosive after explosive. So, it's been an issue, but the Saints are really going to kick themselves after losing this game because the Falcons did not play well, and the Falcons are 2-2 with 2 wins in games they really did not play well at all. But that is the nature of the NFL. No one really cares how you look in your wins. It's that now the Saints and Falcons are 2-2, and the Falcons own the tiebreaker, and that's just a brutal reality of this league, okay? Comment below your thoughts. Are you starting to think Derek Carr is falling off? Let me know. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom. And tonight, we are doing pizza. Let's go.